It's GetReel, the video blog for all your classic movie needs.
Something to please all tastes and age groups.
Holy mackerel!
Only on the YouTube channel Classic Flicks Mix Picks. Having a Lorraine day.
It's perhaps a strange circumstance if you both should love the...
GetReel for November 4th, 2022. The great Art Carney was born on this date in 1918 in Mount Vernon, New York. Here he is back in his radio days. To most of us, he'll always be Ed Norton, Ralph Cramden's buffoonish sidekick on The Honeymooners, an iconic performance in television history. But he also originated the Felix Unger character in The Odd Couple on Broadway. And he won the Academy Award for Best Actor for the 1974 buddy road trip film Harry and Tonto. Tonto was his cat.
Harry and Tonto.
Are you Jewish?
No, I'm into Zen Buddhism these days.
And his performance as an unlikely Santa Claus in Night of the Meek, one of the best Twilight Zone episodes Rod Serling ever wrote, is a must-see. So I'll close with this inspirational verse recited by Norton and his colleagues in the sewer. When the tides of life turn against you and the current upsets your boat, don't waste those tears on what might have been. Just lay on your back and float. All right, now that I've got your attention, I'm going to make the old subscription pitch. Yeah, the same old boring, please click the little red button because we need your support and it won't cost you a dime subscription pitch. And I'm already losing your attention, which is a bad thing to do this early in the show. Never mind, forget it. But can you just subscribe?
That's no deal.
At 2, Bogey?
The hell's the matter with him?
Okay, this time it's really time to talk Turner Classic Movies. Submitted for your approval. This is Tommy. He's 10 years old, and he loves to tell stories that don't always coincide with the actual truth.
Tommy.
At it again.
So when Tommy tells his parents and the police that he saw the Kellersons upstairs murder some guy, they're a little skeptical. But now the Kellersons know that he knows, and then his mother is called away unexpectedly and his father has to split to work the night shift. And so begins Tommy's long night of terror. Director Ted Tetzlaff already had over 100 credits as a cinematographer before he sat in the director's chair. He does a great job of creating a menacing and claustrophobic setting, emphasizing the physical proximity of the threat. They're just upstairs. They're just outside the window. They're just outside the door.
Hello, Tommy.
And narrowly focusing attention on Tommy. Of course, none of this would be credible without the stellar performance of Bobby Driscoll. The New York Times review sums it up. Quote, "There is such an acute expression of peril etched on the boy's face and reflected by his every movement as he flees death in the crumbling house that one experiences an overwhelming anxiety for his safety." It all builds to a very dramatic climax. See it on TCM at 3:45 a.m. Sunday. That's Saturday night, remember. So set your DVRs for this one, or if you're an insomniac like me, here's something to keep you entertained. Last week, I showed a clip of Merwin Bogue, aka Ish Kabibble. That clip came from a short called Strictly GI, produced by the Armed Forces Radio Service. The AFRS produced and distributed radio programming for servicemen during World War II. The shows were recorded in Hollywood before live studio audiences and then transferred to disc and flown to everywhere our boys were fighting. The clip you're watching is an episode of the program GI Journal, being recorded for radio transmission while also being filmed for inclusion in the newsreel, the Army-Navy Screen Magazine. Got that? This one is hosted by Kay Kaiser, a popular band leader and MC, and features Jerry Colonna.
This is Colonna. I'm overseas with the ground troops. We're on a forced march.
A forced march? Really?
Yes, and we're carrying full field packs and everything. We're really loaded.
Hedy Lamarr.
You're going to have a brand new editor for the letters from the men, because I'm leaving on a tour of army camps overseas.
Oh, no fooling. Well, tell me, who's the new editor going to be?
Well, she's a very good friend of mine, and she's from MGM, and her name is Lucille Ball. Come on!
And the singular talents of Mel Blanc playing Private Sad Sack.
Private Sad Sack.
Hollywood personalities were prominent in the war effort on the home front through bond-selling tours, entertaining troops at the many training camps surrounding L.A., and performing on these GI-only shows, one of the most star-studded radio series in history. See the entire 8 minutes in our Hall of Oddities on the YouTube channel Classic Flicks Mix Picks or on our website classicflixmix.com. You're watching Get Real for November 4th, 2022. Only on the YouTube channel Classic Flicks Mix Picks. Brought to you by...
This is my family album. And this is my brother Harpo. He's always chasing the girls. But to know more, now he's a telling the girls about creamy prom. Because prom home permanent is awaiting cream. Leaves your hair soft like a silk. Look at the way the waver, she's a bounce back every time. Hey, lady, wouldn't you like your wave behavior like this? You'll get a creamy prom. Right, Harpo?
You get more out of life when you go out to a movie.
You can find links to all venues mentioned. Just go to the website classicflixmix.com and click on the Where to Find the Flicks drop-down menu. Bing Crosby sings duets with Frank Sinatra and with Louis Armstrong in High Society, the musical version of the Philadelphia Story, also starring Grace Kelly and Celeste Holm. And so it begins. George Bailey bears his existential crisis to the world at the Music Hall in Tarrytown, New York. I promise you this will not be your last opportunity to see It's a Wonderful Life on the big screen this holiday season. On Wednesday, Melissa Newman, Paul Newman's daughter, will be doing Q&A following a screening of Cat on a Hot Tin Roof at Westchester's Jacob Burns Center. Louis Armstrong's Black and Blues, the intimate portrait of the jazz great, closes this week at the Quad Cinema in Greenwich Village. In Brooklyn, at the Academy of Music, a quintessential Brooklyn film, Dog Day Afternoon, screens on Sunday. And another full schedule at the Barrymore Center in Fort Lee, New Jersey. Check the website for box office info. This is just a sampling of classic films on the silver screen in the greater New York area. For a complete directory of venues that show, have shown, or might still show classics, please check out the Where to Find the Flicks drop-down menu at classicflixmix.com. Feel free to rant on Facebook, by email, or right on the website. We're back next Friday with a new Get Real, only on the YouTube channel Classic Flicks Mix Picks.